Bonsoir, mon amours. C'est jeudi à soir. Thursty Thursday. How's everyone? I'm good. I almost forgot to make our video, if you can believe it. I had a day off, but I also had client reading today. So it wasn't exactly a day off, and I'd been busy. And then after the reading, I was like so famished, and I ordered takeout, and then I ran out and I got wine and also ice cream, because And then I started eating and watching Wednesday Addams, and then I was like, man, I'm so relaxed. This feels off. And I forgot we needed to do our video. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just eat and chill for a while, and then I'll hop on before I'm past the point of no return. So here I am. I've closed my cabinet, and there's lit candles in there. So I'm super paranoid, but they're inside of jars, so I'm sure it'll be fine. How's everybody? I've had a really fun day. Hope everyone else is well. I got to do kind of a deep clean of the downstairs. Y'all know I've been dying to do some cleaning. I'm OCD central, so it feels good downstairs. I'm tomorrow I'm tackling upstairs. Healing family issues. This has been at the forefront. In fact, specifically this week, when we had our Oracle manifestation reading on Tuesday, on Totally Tuesday, it was all about specifically mother healing and healing our idea of motherhood and our feelings about it and our feelings about our experience with our mothers growing up and how we feel about ourselves as a parent or a potential parent or not. And I think that really it's the key, not takeaway or approach here, is to look to that divine source to have that experience of the mythical parent, right? The archetypal parent that we hoped that our parent could live up to but never could. So that fulfillment, we just get directly from source. And then source becomes, whether it be the divine masculine manifestation of source or the divine feminine being the father, kind of feeling with source, or the holy mother, sacred mother feeling of source. We get that mythical level of parent from the higher source. And that way we can let our earthly parents off the hook of meeting this expectation on a pedestal times 10 that no one could ever live up to. Any parent is just doing the best that they can at any given moment. And it's never going to be good enough because we're all set up for failure before we even get here. And it's all built in to the story. It's just the folly that we're meant to go through. The whole point of our parents, every one of us has a father wound and a mother wound. And it's because those are the decided upon catalysts that prompt our spiritual and soulful as evolution, our assignments that we get when we come to earth. It's part of our portion of the heaviness and the negativity and the darkness of the cosmos that we're allotted in this lifetime to transform into light. And so how that manifests is that we have challenges and pain and shadows to overcome and people to forgive and people to hurt, and for those people to forgive us and for us to forgive ourselves. And so one of the guarantees is that the mother and father and child dynamic is that there are going to be mutual wounds inflicted, and that is necessary because they are put together, they're assigned together in these assignments to trigger one another towards their soul's evolution, their soul's greatest unfoldment. And so part of what I've learned that's been most helpful through the Kabbalah Center, through taking Kabbalah classes, is the question, when you're trying to start the parent healing process, one thing that is extremely helpful to get to the root of is asking the question, why did my mother choose me? try to think of a few answers for that. And then ask yourself, why did I choose my mother? And try to think of a few answers for that. And try to focus on, why would you choose someone who would challenge you specifically in that way? Like, don't pick the easy things that you like about them. Pick the most challenging things about the person and pick those things and answer why you would have chosen someone like that for you. If it were to prompt your growth, what do you think is going to help you grow in yourself? What weakness does it push at that is like pushing you to transcend, right? So that will help you in the family healing. Family healing is, when that stuff gets healed, it creates so much more energetic space and lightness and levity. And it takes out all of these layers that are blocking your authentic, frequency from just radiating. It's those layers of judgment, of regret, of guilt, of shame that we carry, that we got at an early age, and we just kept growing and growing and growing upon it. These layers of like, it's resin, All right, what else do we need to know this week? What's going to be most helpful to focus on? Ooh, flippy doodles. Past life relationship. Okay, something that you're going through right now is circling back around. A theme is repeating, and it's something that you have faced again and again and again. And probably it started in other lifetimes too. So this is what's called part of your tikkun. So if there's a relationship dynamic that just keeps playing out for you, this is part of your tikkun. And your tikkun is like what we were just talking about a moment ago. Like, before you come here and incarnate on earth, your soul has like all these assignments, right? And it has like these particular weaknesses and strengths and talents and all this stuff, and this journey of unfoldment, right? That happens over the course of lifetimes. And so with each lifetime, the soul evolves and learns certain lessons and is like challenged and provoked by certain people. And, you have certain heartbreaks that are set up that were always meant to happen, and successes, and, everything in between is kind of like your free, there's certain big marker moments that are set up that are fated. But it's what you choose to do with your free will and how you react to what life presents to you that will become your destiny. So fate is the hand you're dealt, and destiny is what you do with it and what you choose to make of it. And so something is coming back around, and it's something that's part of your soul correction. So again, just like your parents' question that was great to workshop, look at your romantic life. That's what we're here for tonight. And there is a relationship dynamic that is repeating itself that's probably presented before. And so the most helpful question to you would be, why is this person in my movie? Why is this dynamic playing out? Why did I choose this person for this dynamic to play out with? This morning, while I was cleaning the house, I was listening to an Abraham Hicks video, and it was talking about how at any given moment, we're always attracting through the law of attraction. We're never really asserting. And so that means that nothing is ever asserted towards us. Meaning that anything that is happening around us that we're experiencing is something that we have had some sort of vibrational resonance with, and putting that signal out in some way. And so it's not that anything is being forced at us. So in the situation of a situation that's like going on and off, like you're getting some progress and then like 2 steps back, like one step forward, 2 steps back, on, off, hot, cold. It's something that you are signaling out. So you've aligned with something that is in authentic alignment with you, and so that's how you connected with it to begin with. But then there's something that's throwing you out of alignment with it. I lost my train of thought on that. I've been drinking the wine and eating carbs and other things. So yeah, I don't know. It might come back to me. Surrender it. It'll come back if it's meant to. You might be able to just fill in the gaps with where I was going with it. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine through. So don't be too uptight right now. Oh yeah, even though, okay, so why is this happening? Like, why is this playing out the way it is in my movie? Like, how is this playing out for my highest good? What does it all mean? So don't get too wrapped up in the heaviness of, if you're like, oh my God, this is like playing out again like this. Like, what is it? What does it all mean? Like, you're meant to break these cycles, to transcend them, to get out of these loops. So do something playful to shake up this energy. Like, don't be so controlling with yourself. Loosen up, let go. Like, just, let the chips fall where they may. Be playful. Take a playful approach to your love life. It's gonna go. I hate it when I forget something like that. Bah. I'll have to make an amendment to the video. Deception. Okay. Someone is wearing a false mask in this situation, in this relationship. So, you know what I think? I think that, I'm just going to spill the tea the way I see it here. I think that there is an issue coming up where there's a repeat cycle going around. Someone is playing games, and they think that they're playing games, or that like they're a game player, or they like mind games, and they're putting on a false mask. They're not coming off in a genuine way. And so it's like, well, whether or not they're sincere or not, does it matter? Because they're not presenting to you in a sincere way, right? And this is a pattern, and they're going to have to break that, or you're going to have to break that. Or you're going to have to break the pattern of allowing people that have deceptive energy who are trying to play games with you in your life. It's like, no, you're not doing this again. It's going to be different. You're breaking this cycle. So, yeah, pay attention. Something is coming back around. I feel like it has to do, it's like, on the one hand, the advice is like, just let loose and like let your guard down and take off your mask. Like, this illusion of control is deceiving you. Meanwhile, playing at this game is making you a deceptive person, putting on a mask, who's like being a mind game player, so like be wary of that combo. It's like that's a toxic pattern that needs to be broken, and don't put up with it. Oh my God. So we got trust and children. So basically, what would cause someone to put up this mask to play these games is that they have trust issues. And so they don't know how to trust. And so they're not acting in a trustworthy way. And so the key, what's been happening is that the traumatized, or the wounded inner child is at play here and playing games. And the wounded inner child is acting out and using defense mechanisms. And so what's being asked is to do inner child healing, because that's one of the things that we can do as adults to help us feel safe enough to open up and have intimate relationships. One thing that really disrupts intimacy within a relationship, especially erotic and romantic aspects of the intimacy, is like having inner child wounds that are like wreaking havoc. So address that inner child. Try to do some healing there and like reflection on that. And then trust that the situation is calling for you to have faith. So do what you can with what we have here. Do the inner child healing and then trust. Also, work on having strong boundaries and taking things slowly and forcing people to earn your trust with them, right? That doesn't guarantee them trust just because they've hung around for a while or whatever. You have to like get to know who they are and see how they are and watch their actions, right? See if their actions and their words and their energy and their vibe line up, right? And then you can let people in a little more and a little more and a little more. So take your time as you're getting to know someone before you start letting them in, before you start opening up too much or becoming too vulnerable or trusting them like, you know, with amounts of trust that they haven't earned or proven themselves to be trustworthy of, right? So as you do that, as you take your time and as you learn how to have those strong boundaries, you can trust yourself again and you can let your guard down. Your inner child will feel safe and secure. You'll feel safe enough to be vulnerable and open and show how you really feel and who you really are, because you'll know how to read the signals of who's safe to do that around. And it'll reawaken your sense of playfulness. And yeah, a lot of this has to do with coming to terms with how you feel about what is family, what is parenthood, motherhood, fatherhood. You know, can you reconcile the experience you had with the expectations that you had, that we all have, that are way too high, right? And start looking to your like higher power or a source greater, you know, than yourself, that divine eternal source for your mythological level experience with the archetypal parent energy, and, you know, let your earthly parents off the hook. And then that will probably tie in and have a healing effect, or at least a moment of enlightenment and a breakthrough to do with the romantic pattern that keeps playing out. It feels like lifetime after lifetime, or you just keep going through this again and again. Like the family healing is the big thing here. All right, you guys, I'm going to get back to having a little vino and maybe having a little ice cream. Oh, I got Nicoletto's takeout. It's handmade fresh pastas with like, I don't know, just really fire sauce. But the pasta is just like so good. It's really like chewy and like fresh. It's the best. All right. Well, I wish you all the best out there. Ciao.